Hey guys, this is Big Dog Gaming here again. I felt like doing another video for you guys. This is gonna be what I think is the best mods and in-game equipment and placeables we've got since the game came out about 7 months ago now. Almost 8. We're gonna first start out with the equipment and all that I like the best. First, we're going to start out with the New Holland TA8 or T8.435 with the half tracks. I've always loved this tractor. You guys can find this in the vehicles under large tractors. And it's going to be right here after the Massey Ferguson 8700. It's going to be the T8 series. You can customize it any way you want. It has multiple customizations. You can do wheel weights, wide tires and weights, duals, which you would see a lot of these in Iowa, where I'm from. Duals with singles on the front. Or you can do the half track, which is the setup I like. I've loved it since 17, that setup. I'm going to keep loving this tractor. You can do it the same thing with the case, or the case Magnum, which will be our next tractor we're going to go over. But I've always loved this tractor for a New Holland ever since we got John Deere. I've been trying to pull away from it, but it's hard to. Then we got the Case Magnum 380 with the narrow twins all the way around. Because these are the type of Magnums you'd see where I'm from. Other than the front 3-point, you wouldn't see. You'd have weights on the front. And you'd find these in the same spot. But you'd scroll over until you pass the fast track. And these are both in-game tractors, guys. It has multiple options too. You could do narrow twins or wide twins, rear twins only, or the half track. Like I said, with the New Holland, you can do the same thing. The Big Bud 747 with the triples is my favorite tractor, mostly because I think it's one of the best tractors, because one, it has a lot of horsepower to it. It's very detailed, a detailed mod. And when you do the triple wheels, it's good for when you're compacting your bunker silos for silage. It's very good for doing that. I mean, I can get a bunker compacted within like 20-25 minutes. Depends on how big a bunker I'm packing with it. Next, we're going to go to more my harvesting favorites. First off is going to be our Wilson Pacesetter A train, which is, or the B and the B train, which are both from custom modding. And if you do it just right, you can take the front of the B trains. If you buy a couple, you can make one long train and sell the back one. And you can actually hook the A train to it, so you can make one long road train if you want to. Next, we're going to go over to the I forgot. The A trains and B trains you're going to find under your tools in the trailers. And you're going to scroll over just past all the in-game stuff. And depending on how much trailers you have installed, you're going to keep scrolling over until you find them. And usually they're the last two The B train is a little more than the A train, but they're both very good pieces of equipment. I love them both. Next, we're going to go to the Univreth Seed Runner 370 or 3755 XL, which is going to be a seed tender. Which only thing you can really do to this one is change the color on it, but it's good to haul your seed and fertilizer out to your fields. And you'll find this under auger wagons for only 20 grand. Oh, maybe you can't change the colors, guys. I thought you could. But it is an in-game piece of equipment. And it's very detailed. It'd be just like what you'd see in real life. Next, we're going to go to the trucks I like using for harvest, which are the the XL trucks. The SX heavy trucks. You can do it as a regular semi, or you could do it as an IT runner like I have set up here. It's a very strong truck. Like I said, you can find it underneath the truck area. And you can change the color to about anything. Your design color to match if you want. And you got 2 engine options. I usually run the Roadrunner because to me it pulls nicer that way, even though they're the horsepowers are the same. And then this one has the more beefier tires on the IT runner with the... I put the cargo style bed, or the grain hauler, because if we jump in the truck, the reason why I love this one is because you can actually use this to haul stuff. You can put like 2 side-by-sides in there, 2 skid loaders, that type of stuff. You can hold seed bags in there if you need to. It's a very universal bed for the IT runners. We do have multiple ITs, but I like this one the best. Now we're going to go into what would be more in the field wise for harvesting. Is the Brent 1596 with crawler tracks. I've seen a lot of these where I'm from. A lot of Midwesty people run these. I mean, you can get them with tandem wheels, which these are under auger wagons also, under your tools. You'll scroll over, and it'll be called the Brent Avalanche 1596, and you can do standard or crawlers. Next, we're going to go to the first combine I like, which is the John Deere S790 with the crawler tracks. I mean, the hopper's not that big on it, but it's a really good combine. If you like running John Deere, you'll scroll through in your combines, and you can do twins, standards, wides, or crawlers. I usually run crawler tracks or twins on this one. We got the Hallmaster, or Elmer's Hallmaster 2000, which is a grain cart also. Will hold 70,000 liters of your normal crops in it. It is an in-game product. I love it because you can change the size and color, and I think there's only a few colors you can choose. We got the Fendt Ideal, which is the modded Fendt Ideal. I did the Challenger because I love the Challenger look, but I also like the Fendt because of the all black. But I've always loved this combine. Very detailed mod, as you guys can tell. You can also find this one under harvesters if you have it installed. You scroll over all the way to the end, you'll see 2 Fen Ideals, which are the same price. All the stats are the same, but this one has more options with it. You can, like I said, you can change the colors with it. You can do Michelins, which are twin wheels, Trelleborgs, the crawlers, standard, wides, twins. You can do Fendt, Massey Ferguson, Challengers, and then there's the Ideal 8T or 9Ts. Next, we're going to go with the bale trailers. This is the Flegel DPW210BL, which is actually an auto load trailer, which is under, you go under your tools. We're going to scroll over until you get to baling technology. And if you notice, we do have this one in game also, the 210, but it is not an auto loader. You can do round bales or square bales. I have the square bale style right here. It's very cheap, easy to start off with. Next, we're going to go to the field truck I like the best, which you'll find this under animals. It's called the Man TGX 26.640 tanker truck. You can change the color to about anything, design color, chrome or stainless. I like the chrome better, but we can do nothing, which is just water, slurry, milk, more water, or fuel, fertilizer, so you can do your herbicides in that. It holds 25,000 liters of each. We also have the square bale auto or 180 bale trailer. Does the same thing as the 210 does, but it just different look, very detailed. You can find this in the baling technology also under your tools. You'll scroll over, but you gotta be careful with this one because they have the round bale, which does not have the side pieces, and then the square bale does, which I did the square bales because I like using squares. Next, we're gonna be doing more field, or some of the field prep stuff I use that I like the best. I like using the Case IH14 7 shank plow or V plow because it's very easy to run. It's good for plowing like small areas, even though not a lot of people like running the small plows. They like running the big ones. And then also we have the Lizard Neo disc, which is a disc plow, which has a cultivator attachment with it, which will go under plows, so I can show you both of these. You'll scroll over just past the in-game stuff and you'll have the cases. You can do the Case IH red, IKR yellow. You can do standard, and the design will change actually the stickers. If you guys notice, the Neo disc also is in this, which is all the way to the right. You can't do really anything to it. It's what you get. And then we scroll over to here and cultivators, and you got the Neo Roll 6500, which is actually the cultivator piece that you can hook to the back right here on the hitch. Next, we're going to go to some of the more tractors I use on my farms, loaders, and my fun toys I like running. These both are made by the 8R and 9RT are both made by Custom Modding. I love them both because they're good multi-purpose vehicles. We did have the 8R originally, but it was a European brand, which you'll find both of these under large tractors. 9RT has different weight setups you can do. There's different tracks you can set up. I like running the 36 with the wides and weights, and you can do this one as American or European, and I run the 9570 RT. The 8R is also in large tractors. Scroll over until you find it. Depends on how much equipment you got. You can do weights, front and rears. For mud guards, you can obviously change your motor just like the in-game one. You got duals. There's singles with weights, singles without weights, duals, row crop duals, should I say. Row crop duals with weights, all-wheel duals, all-wheel duals with weights. And then you got your floaters with floaters with weights. I use the all-wheel the best with full weight. The 9RT, I'm usually using it for Argo Wagon, cultivator, which you'll get to see the cultivator I usually use later. Next, we're going to go to my favorite loader, which is actually the New Holland W190D we got with the CZ pack, which is what the bucket I actually got on it is called the Raptor bucket. Buy that pack. And I usually use this with a bucket on it or silage fork. But you'll go into your wheel loaders. In-game we only got the one, but if you notice there's two that are the same. I'm using the modded one, and I am running the Trailborgs with the twins, as you guys saw. Next, we're going to go to the skid loaders, and the attachments I got on the skid loaders are the attachments I use usually with them too. First, we're going to start out with the New Holland C232 with track skid loader. I like it because it really has a high lift, which is nice for like when you're stacking bales and that. If you notice, it reaches pretty high up in the air. You'll go into your stored vehicles under skid steers, and the C232, nothing you can really do with it but leave it the same. Next, we're going to go to the JCB 325T EC Forest Master. I put the bale fork on this one because that's what I usually actually use this one for. You'll do the same thing, go under skid loaders if you have the mod, and you can actually change it between the 260, which is tires, or the JCB 325, which is the tracks. I prefer the tracks. Next, we're going to go to Black Sheep Modding's Massey Ferguson 711. I usually run it without the cab. You don't necessarily have to. You put a warning triangle on the back, which is, as you see, the little triangle. You can run Midas tires, Trailborgs, Under trailboards, there's the track style, TH400s, which are beefier, and T404s. You can change the color to a couple different colors. Put a roll cage, put a forestry roll cage on it, so you feel more safe. And I usually run either the little bucket or big bucket on it, and it does come with weight, but I did not get the weight for it. Next, we're gonna go to my favorite drive around vehicles to get between fields, which are actually the 3 side-by-sides we got with the game. If you pre-ordered it, you would have got the red one. With Walmart, I got the black one and the red one, since I pre-ordered it. With the season pass, you'll get the Gator, which isn't, I mean, it's not the best piece of equipment, but it gets the job done. And you'll go under vehicles, cars, with the little pickups, and you'll get your 3 Gators. And you can't do anything with them, just they are what they are. The Gator is slower than the Mahindras, but the Deere is good for if you're running John Deere farms. Next, we're gonna go to more field stuff, which is, or this is my favorite mowing. You can do fast farming in it. You can mow at 24 to 26 miles an hour. I like this because you can do swaths also, which will come right down the middle, or you can do it widespread, which will come out the middle and sides. And this all does fold up into one thing. Next, we're going to go to the Flexicoil, which I usually use the 9RT or the Big Bud to pull, because they pull it the nicest. You can also do the cultivating. I forgot mowers, or the Krone Big M 450, which is the mower I use. You find that under mowers. The cultivator I'm using is the Flexicoil, which came with the Big Bud pack in 17, but this time it came in game. I like it because it's 24 meters wide, perfect for big maps and big fields like the one I'm using to record on, which is Pacific Northwest. Next, we're going to go to a couple flat decks I like. I really like the Flagel trailer we got, because you could set it so your ramps aren't all the way folded up, and you can strap stuff down on it, like pallets, all that type of stuff, logs. You can set the ramps so they're straight out so that you can put more equipment on it. It does have a built-in dolly, which is really nice. Also, because you can hook it to the back of like your truck, tractor, that type of stuff to pull it, instead of having to buy a semi to pull it. And you'd find this under your tools, low loaders, and it'll be, or it's the Flagel 4-axle lowboy. Only thing you can change on it is the rim color and the main color. You can go about any color really. Next, we're going to go to the man flatbed. A lot of people use this one for bales and that. I usually use it for like hauling my pallets or seed bags out to the field if I'm using seed bags. It does have a trailer hitch on it, so you can pull like the Flagel trailer behind it. Next, we're going to go to seating technology. First I gotta show you guys that. You go under tools, trucks, and you're gonna scroll all the way over This is the truck. It's the 26640 TGX. You can change the rim color to any color, main color to any color. And you can run trail boards, which are more the off-road tires, or the lizards, which are like what you'd see on a regular semi. The single wheel on back, front, duals on the back. Now we're gonna go to the horse cedars I like the best because one, they're really big, and two, they're really nice. You can do the fast farming hacks with them. I got the cedar and the planter because I use both. The cedar, obviously you'd find it in tools under cedars. This did come with our horse pack that was with the horse aggravation map. I use the Certo 12 SC, which is, or both of them are the same size, but one requires less horsepower than the other. And this one is a lot shorter in lengthwise. This is the Horse Maestro 2475 SW. You'll actually find this one under planters in the tools section. Scroll over and you can get either the Maestro 1675, which is only a 12 meter, or the Maestro 2475, which is an 18 meter. It does cost $169,000, so beware about that. And you do have to cultivate before you plant the crops, obviously. Next, we're going to go to more of the manure technology and loaders that I use. My favorite loader tractor would probably be the Massey Ferguson 7700 with the wide tires and the stole. I don't only use the Raptor bucket on this, I use different attachments. The tractor, you'll actually find it under medium tractors. Scroll over, and it is the Massey Ferguson 7700S. You get the standard red metal grill, or you can do a black grill. Main color, you can do a chrome red, gray, black, like a chrome green and a chrome yellow. You can change the tires to multiple different styles. You can have the anniversary mode, which if you look right behind the vent on the side, it actually puts the sticker on there. Multiple engine sizes, and you can choose if you want the wheel or front loader or not. I run the front loader usually with weight on it. Next, we're going to go to my favorite manure spreader, which is actually the Challenger Terragator we got. It does hold quite a bit of manure. One downfall of it is when you're driving and it gets really dirty, it's hard to see out the windshield. But it does work very well. And you'll find this under crop protection. And scroll over. You can change the color, design color, and rim color to about anything. Or design color and main color, you can change anything. The rims stay the same color. Next, we're going to go to my favorite telehandler, which is actually the POS TSL 8.7. Good thing, or cool thing about this one is you can actually rotate the boom 180 degrees and extend it out. I like using this one when I'm working in really tight areas. because I can actually extend it out. Like, for example, if I'm hauling manure and I'm working in a really tight area, I can actually swing it swing it over and actually dump it right into the equipment I need to dump it in. Next, we're going to go to more crop protection, which my favorite is the Big Brute. Obviously, it is a Walker's Farm piece of equipment that they created. I like it because it does have a pretty wide boom. You can also find this under crop protection if you do have it unlocked. You can change it between white, black, or chrome rims. Attachers, you can put a trailer hitch on the back to pull a flatbed for your bales or your pallets. And you can do wide tires or narrow tires. And it is a decently cheap sprayer for drivable. It's only $195,000. Last but not least, for equipment I like using the Fligel dolly. If I don't have enough money for a semi and I do have grain trailers, I use the Fligel dolly for hooking to a tractor to pull my grain trailers or flatbeds around that have the fifth wheel hitch on them. You will go under tools, and the bottom row, originally we did have the Crampy Dolly 10L, which is kind of basic single axle, but I like the double axle ones. You can change colors on everything except the rims. Now we're gonna go over to do my favorite placeables. First, we're going to start with the cattle barn, or my favorite modded cattle barn. You'll find this under animal pins, under the placeable section, and you scroll over if you have it installed. It is called the large cow pasture. It is 340,000. It holds 200 cows. That's the reason why I like it, because you can hold quite a few cows in it. Next, we're going to go to some of the sheds I like / silos. First, we'll go to the silo. One of my all-time favorite silos is actually the Mercury Farms silos made by Alien Jim, which you'll find these under silos depending on how many silos you got downloaded. You'll scroll over. There's the 4 of them. There's a gray one, a white one, a brick, and a barn red one. These all holds literally everything except I think lime in it. But you can put about anything in here, from manure, silage, chaff, total mix rations. I usually use the red one because I like seeing the red barn look. Next, we're going to go to the curve sheds. There are actually 4 different types of curve sheds, and you could put grain in these if you want. I don't usually do. I usually use this for equipment. You'll find this under placeable sheds. Oh, there's 6 of them. There's the open curve steel shed with windows, 2-door, which is the one I'm in, with windows, with or without windows, and we got the 4-door with or without windows. And they're all about, the ones with the windows are $2,000 more than the ones without the windows. I prefer the ones with windows. Now we're going to go to silos I like. And this silo is the new edge silos. I like it because it does store quite a bit, or has a large capacity. Obviously you'll find these under silos, and you can get large and small extensions. This large holds 100,000 more, and then the small holds 50,000. But you can get it in white or the black. I like the black better because I like the black, darker looking sheds. Here is the root crop storage. You could use it for storing grain, equipment, whatever you feel like putting in here. And it does have a double wide door in it. It is a really big shed. You'll find this actually under sheds. Scroll over until you find it. It is called a crop storage. It is 35 grand for this building, and it is decent size. You can put a lot of equipment in there except some of the taller stuff. Next we're going to go to the machine hall shed, which is really nice because one, it does have a nice garage area. It does have a couple small garage door bays on the side. And then if you go in this door here, which is just a little man door, which goes all the way through. And then in here, there's like a little break room. So you can have your coffee and all that stuff. You can't open any of the other doors, but you got 4 doors out here that you can open. Lights. And then there is one bonus with this shed, which is actually a vehicle workshop, which is actually in this bay here. You will also find this under sheds. And it will be under the modded sheds. You scroll over. It should be right after the Euro tunnels. It is $200,000 for this building, but it is a pretty decent sized building. You can actually, if you just run the regular B train, A train, you can actually fit 2 or bolt trailers and a truck in there lengthwise. Next we're going to go to the house I like the most, which is actually the new modded Marwell house, or manor house, which is a really decent sized house. Got a nice little storage area down here. Lawnmower, a couple chairs, bikes, a dumpster. You can't open the doors, sadly. There is a patio upstairs you can go up on with the barbecue grill. And you can use this building for sleeping. You just go up to this door. You will find this under placeables, under your farmhouses if you got multiple installed. And it is a $470,000 house. I know it's a little steep, and it does require a lot of slots to do it. Next, we are going to go to the buy everything multi-purpose silos, which you can literally buy anything out of. And I think today I heard that you cannot buy sunflowers out of it, or there's troubles buying sunflowers. And you'll find this under miscellaneous, and it's called a multi-filling station. You can get it in the black edition or chrome. I like the black better because obviously, like earlier I said, I like the darker color sheds, silos. Next, we're going to go to the fuel stations. I really like this one because it has like the little drive over pad and all that stuff. You'll also find this under miscellaneous, and it's called the Fuel Station Eco Pro. It is a cheap fuel thing. It's $14,000. It doesn't take up too much room. Takes up a little bit of room, not much though. We also have the diesel tank fuel tank looking fuel pump fuel tank, which is actually still under miscellaneous. You'll scroll over. It's called gas station for $5,000. Very small, compact. You can put it about anywhere so you can fill up your tractors when you need to. Also, we got the spotlights, which if you're working in a dark area and you need something lit up very well, we can use the spotlights, which is actually under decorations. You scroll over and past all the trees, obviously. Until you find where it says Lizard Big Model Auto and Medium Auto Model Auto. The medium size is only $14.50, and then the large are $18.90. They both take about 5 slots each on the first one, and then it's 1 slot each afterwards. Next, we're going to go to my favorite ramp, which is actually made by Mapper's Paradise. You can walk, it doesn't look like a ramp, but if you walk up to this box, you press circle, the lever will fold down and it actually folds up with 2 stoppers. It's good for loading grain, manure into trucks and that, if you only are using like a loader or something. Find this under miscellaneous, under your placeables tab, which is the barn looking building. And you scroll over until you find the one that says placeable ramp for $8,000 with the Mapper's Paradise logo. Next, we are going to go to my other favorite animal pen, which is actually the new hen laying pen. You can open the doors up. Right here, you can put the new egg crates in here. And then in here is where all your chickens go. Obviously, you can buy all your chickens at this, by the back door. If you open the door and come inside, door is your chicken place. It does take up a lot of space, but it is a good, decent looking mod. You'll actually find these under animal pens, and it's called the Laying Hen House. It's $140,000, but you can put 400 chickens in that building. And then we're going to go to my last two favorite mods, other than the government subsidy sign, which I didn't have the slots to put down for you guys. Those government subsidy signs you find under miscellaneous, also under placeables. Scroll over till you find your things, and it'll be a sign that says government subsidy $0, and every one you put down is $100,000 per hour, and you can speed up time if you're going to start out crazy with a map. Next, we're going to go with the Edge Barn Deluxe straw sale point, or bale sale point. You actually find this under silos, I think it is. No. Shit. Sorry guys, I don't remember where this one's exactly under. Might be under miscellaneous, guys. Sorry about this. I can't remember exactly where it's at. Yes, it's going to be under your miscellaneous. I just remembered this now, guys. Sorry. And you're going to scroll over till you find the barns. You got your obviously your Midwestian red barn, black, white. And those are the only three colors you can do. They are very nice, detailed. You can sell all your bales, that type of stuff in it. You can sell your straw, grass, hay, and silage in it. And last but not least, my other favorite mod is actually the windmills. You can find this under placeables, also under miscellaneous. And it's called the wind energy and converter. I know it's very spendy, but it does produce $1,000 per hour. It is a very decent mod. Obviously, these are what my perspective of the best mods are, and in-game equipment or in-game items. Most of them were mods, but some were in-game stuff. But I do want to thank Lunatic Calm for helping me a little bit on some tips and tricks on like what I can do, some ideas I can do. I also want to thank everyone for helping me that has been there for me. And if you guys want more help with some of this stuff, I can walk you through where to find it. Like if you don't have it downloaded yet in the mod hub, I can get you where to go to find them in there. If you have any more questions on some of the equipment I use, I can explain that stuff to you too. But until next time, this is Big Dog Gaming, and we are going to be done for the night. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and there will be more in the future for you guys. Thank you.